Anthony Hartwig here with another girls basketball season preview and coach's corner. We are joined by the new head coach of the Lisbon Blue Devils, Nikki Meek. Coach, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
Oh, thank you for having us, and thanks for everything you do for all the sports.
You got it, coach. And I want to talk about kind of getting this job when it opened and what kind of drew you to wanting to be the head coach of Lisbon and how excited you were when it was named that you were going to be the head coach too.
You know, I grew up in this program and played in this program. Then I went and got a career and worked a lot and was able to coach under a few coaches in this program. Um, and I recently retired and said, if that comes available, I think I might take that opportunity. So I showed the interest in the school, was great. And I was able to put in for this position, and I'm so thankful to have it.
Now that you do have it, I think some of the first things that a coach thinks about when they get a job is what kind of culture they want for a program, what kind of philosophy they want to bring into it. So, talk about that, what Lisbon fans and the players should expect from the culture that you want to set and the philosophy of coaching that you bring to the table.
Well, I was very fortunate to have some great mentors. So one of the big things, is the team above all the team, and putting that culture in and getting the girls to buy in, and over the summer and these first couple weeks of the season has been fantastic. High intensity, a lot of defense, being sound, and being able to get the girls to know that we're here to set the standard high and meet those expectations.
So let's talk about the team. I have a little meet the team segment of this season preview. Talk about your roster, some of the names that we're going to hear a lot on the Lisbon basketball team this year.
Yeah, we have two returning Lettermans in Lila Brown, who's a junior, and Jaden Smith, who's a junior. Both of them have worked hard. We did some weight conditioning and strength training over the summer. They were both there. We also have a great senior, Michaela Farson, who's going to see some more significant time in varsity this year. We have Maddie Klein. We have a girl named Emmy Cook that's new to the program that has done everything we've asked her to do, and she's been working really hard. And we have a freshman that's coming up, Bridget Newbold, that you're going to see a little bit of, and she's really starting to buy into the program. And altogether, they are leading 7 freshmen then. So we're young, and getting these girls into the gym and getting them together. We've been doing some activities outside the gym. They're all showing up. They all want to be here, and I think that's a great start to where we're heading this year.
You are a young roster, but like you said, you still have that sprinkle of upperclassmen experience and leadership. Talk about how important it was to have them, kind of buy in really early to a new head coach and a new system, especially when you have such a young team. When they see the older girls really buying in, really understanding what you want to do, it's a lot easier for the underclassmen to do the same.
Yes, and also another unique position we have is we do have another senior. Her name's Mara Householder. She's a great softball player in Lisbon, and she decided she wanted to play basketball this year. So she brings leadership skills to these younger girls that is hard to find. And when we started in June after I got hired, she was there. She was in the weight room, and her and I got to know each other really well. So she has fit right in with that upper class leadership, and they're holding each other to standards that I think is tough for girls to do so quickly. And they are all sticking together, and they're all doing the things that a team should do. Showing up early, taking accountability for each other, learning their roles on the team, where their strengths are, and taking that feedback from these older kids so they know that they can get better, and they're going to be that leader here next year.
And then, we're talking about the veterans. Let's talk about what it's like as a first year head coach to all the youth that you do have in the program and how much of a benefit it is to know that you're going to have those girls for a little bit and you're going to be able to kind of mold a core of the program with a huge chunk of your roster coming back for the next 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, I don't know if I could have said that any better, the way you just explained it. These freshmen, I have a few. I have 2 that have never played before, and wanted to be around this excitement and heard what we were doing. And they wanted to come out and try it. And they're still here after 2 weeks, working them really hard and running them through the drills. So, what I think excites me the most about being here is I get to develop these girls along with my great assistant, Coach Jamie Wise, who came from the boys' side. And we really see the excitement that these girls have. They're loud in practice. They're running to all the drills. They're doing everything we ask them to do. And to see them be able to mature in our program the way that we want them to be so we can get to the top of the league where United, Southern, Columbiana have been, it gives us great hope that, we're going to be able to accomplish that.
It's always good when the new kids survive the first 2 weeks of practice. That's the come to
It
reality
is.
moment. So yes, we survived. Okay.
You're right.
Let's
Yes.
talk about this schedule, Coach. First, we'll start inside the conference, the EOAC. You mentioned some of the top teams already. It's a
Yes.
very competitive conference with a lot of good programs that have been at the top for a while. Talk about what you expect out of it and how you want Lisbon to kind of work their way into a competitive nature inside the conference.
Yes, I did. I mentioned United, Columbiana, Southern. I respect all those programs. We're chasing them. They've kind of owned our program or our league the last few years. I've been in it as an assistant for the last 4 years, and they have always been right there, or have won it outright. So we want to get there. They know how to win. They know how to play defense. They score when they have to score. Their girls are matured, and their coaches do a great job. So my girls recognize that too. They know, these younger girls even know. They've heard it from our older girls saying, "This is who we have to be." And I think one of our big goals is, and we talk about it as a team all the time, is let's compete with these. Let's compete with these teams. Wellsville, Latonia, East Palestine has a great new coach. And Latonia, she's on her second year and she's doing a great job. Our goal is to be able to compete with these teams so that when you're looking at us on the schedule, they're saying, "Oh boy, we can't overlook those Lady Devils. They're going to be out there working hard." Our intensity's shifting, and I want to bring that to the league so we can compete and our name can be where we're watching everybody else be.
Conference games have a lot at stake and they're always a little bit turned up with the pressure, but then you have non-conference games where the goal is
Yes.
to get ready for tournament and to test yourselves. Talk about some of the teams that pop up outside of the EOAC that you're really excited to get a chance to challenge yourselves with.
Yes. Lowville is always great competition, great coaching. They got us last year by a point, I think, and my girls remember that. So we definitely, they're always good for us. They have our number, and we want to be able to compete with them, and we're looking forward to that for sure. Always learning something from that Lowville program. We also have Bridgeport coming in, who we haven't played, but we're looking forward to the new. And then we have Malvern too that we travel out to this year, and they have a great new coach, her second year, and she's been doing a lot of things right. And they got us last year too at the buzzer. And then you add in Heartland. You can never overlook them. They definitely have had our number, and they have some fantastic coaches over there. And I just respect them, and I look forward to going outside our conference and getting some competition and being able to play some schools that are our size and giving us a chance to compete and make us work really hard at the same time.
Sounds like you already have a couple of revenge games circled. Some teams that got the better of you barely last year that I'm already circling those
Yeah,
ones. I
the
love it. I
girls
love
brought
it.
that the girls brought that up and they remember that, and I think that's the feeling they don't want anymore. Getting beat at the buzzer. Wellsville did us that too last year, and they remember that, and they have that hope, and they really want to compete. They want to be where they feel like they can get over that hump and start competing with these teams and be on the other side of that sometime.
Coach, usually in most years we don't talk about tournament time this early, but this year is different because in every sport, non-name football, you expand the tournament to, more divisions, more chances for schools that are smaller to have, teams their size in their bracket. And that's kind of how you handle your first year as the head coach of Lisbon. A big gift for you. Hey,
Yes.
guess what? We're going to be in a much more competitive and even division. What's that been like for you to know that the expansion, more chances, and maybe some more opportunities for you guys in the tournament?
Yeah, coaching under Coach Ryan Snyder last year as his assistant, we heard these rumors, and I'm in a football family. My husband coaches the high school football in Division 7. They broke them up a long time ago, and they talk about that helps. And Coach Snyder and I were so excited that we heard the rumors. But when it finally came to the fact that this is happening, one of the best things is we got to see it with our volleyball team this year. They really had a great tournament. They really went in with hope and knowing that they can compete if they work hard. And they did. They made it to the district final game, and it's fantastic for Lisbon. And it really gives these small schools a chance to compete. And that's what we're looking for. That's exactly what we're looking for. Our numbers have been down for so many years. And even in our league, some schools are still, struggling with that. We're right around this year, I think, at 15. The last few years, we've been between 8 and 9. So, you know, to be that small and playing, we were playing Beaver Local, East Liverpool, and all that in season, then go out of season and playing or in tournament and started playing, some bigger schools. It's tough on these girls to keep them motivated. But now they're like, oh, okay, maybe now we can compete. And now that's our next goal is to start to realize every game in the season to get a little bit better. So we're prepared when we go into this Division 7 to hopefully get a good outcome like our volleyball did.
Yeah, I like that you brought up volleyball. Talk about how much momentum that gives this team, knowing that
Yes.
a team just a season ago did what I'm sure a lot of your players want to do. They went to a district championship. They gave themselves a chance to win a district.
They sure did. And they were also under a first year head coach. My friend that I grew up with, Dana Blackburn, she come in there and she made her changes and, is putting some stuff on, on the volleyball program that she wants to do. And her girls, really worked hard, I think, and responded, and they had a great outcome. And that really does carry over in the school. Our girls, we're so little, and they see each other every single day, and we try to support each other. And I think that this momentum that volleyball gave us and is putting Lisbon, back where people can see us, is a great momentum to carry right into basketball. And we don't want to let them down. We want to carry on what they're doing, and we want to compete like they were competing this year.
Coach, we would not let this interview go without letting you talk about your coaching staff. We know that you're getting the interviews, and head coaches get the limelight, but they don't do it by themselves by a long shot in a
Oh,
program. So talk about all the people that are kind of working together with you to make this program what it is and make it what you want it to look like.
I'm very fortunate. I really have a great guy as my assistant, Coach Jamie Wise. I said, he played basketball and he was coaching in our boys side of the program and the junior high side. And he's an assistant in football and he's a competitor. He really wants to win. He brought in some great ideas for us that we're implementing. And the girls, have really responded to him. So since he was coaching football, it's hard to balance those two. And he just started, being able to invest a lot more time into girls basketball and his new position. And he has hit the floor running. And he's excited, and I love his ideas and what he wants to do with the team. Him and I think alike. And I mean, honestly, our junior high staff too. I mean, we have Ryan Brown and then Susan Rome. She played in the program just, she was above me. And I watched her play when I was there. And when I reached out to her after, a while that it's been since she's last coached, she didn't hesitate. She was like, please bring me on. And Ryan has been there, and he's got that consistency with the girls. And, all four of us talk a lot. And they got 20 some girls down there this year. And that's really, due to the fact that they're dedicating themselves and they're helping build this program. We got to get it back. We have to get it back to where we can compete. And I want all those coaches involved, and I want all the girls involved. And, I'm thankful that they agreed to take this small journey with me.
Coach, we're so excited for basketball season. I know you are too. We wish you
Me
the best
too.
of luck this year. We'll be out there covering Lisbon like we always are at YSN. We wish you the best of luck again, and we'll talk to you again real soon.
Yeah, we hope to make our community and school proud. Thank you so much for everything. Go Lady Devils.